Misfits producer Frank Taylor caught the late intercontinental flight back east, carrying in tow the precious answer print of the film, in other words, the finished product. Upon arrival in New York City, he arranged a showing in the morning for 13 United Artists distributing executives, and in the afternoon for a selective group including his wife Nan, Kevin McCarthy's wife Augusta, Monty Clift, Arthur Miller, UA head Arthur B. Krim, and Magnum photographer Henri Cartier-Bresson. Supporting actors Eli Wallach and Kevin McCarthy could not attend due to obligations on Broadway, while Marilyn Monroe understandably was a no-show. She was now romantically involved with ex-husband Joe DiMaggio while separated, but still legally married to screenwriter Arthur Miller. She clearly did not want an awkward encounter with Miller, who would be in attendance. Meanwhile, at the morning screening, the UA executives were impressed and ordered 300 more prints, and during the afternoon showing, the audience, including Arthur Miller, were left in tears. Miller said, quote, "I never wept at my own work before." And in praise of director John Huston, he added, "I may have been on John's back too much." I wanted him to point up the emotion, but he was quite right. One more speech would have ruined it. He continued, saying, "This was really the start of something new for Clark Gable. He wanted to play Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman. Clark was in life a true hero, the only man in a heroic sense I ever knew. He was the only man I ever met who lived as my hero lived. I never knew anyone like him." Producer Frank Taylor, reflecting on the Misfits, said those involved were in a critical time in their careers. John Huston needed to make another great movie. Marilyn had to show she could act. Miller was moving from the stage to the big screen, and Clift needed a quality film. Clark achieved in The Misfits the critical acclaim he wanted as an actor before he died. Marilyn wanted a good script, and Miller delivered it to her. He said those involved were thrown together and had an explosion of creativity. And despite the conflicts, they were all proud, and only had themselves to blame if the film became a failure. A week after seeing the screening, Arthur Miller was still mesmerized. During the filming process, he was worried his story would be lost in translation to the big screen. But now he saw his vision miraculously come to fruition. He just hoped the public would understand it. Miller said Gable lived up to the legend as an actor, but was just as impressed by Gable, the person. He said Clark added a certain majesty to the film and was deeply moved by both. He was proud of everyone who created it and concluded, by now Clark Gable and Gay Langland are one and the same guy. I don't know where one leaves off and the other begins.